All right, so today we're going to do something a little different. We're not just going to learn vocabulary, we're actually going to step inside a dream. We'll follow a story where it's kind of hard to tell what's real and what's not, and along the way, we'll pick up all the words that really bring it to life.
I mean, think about it. Have you ever had one of those dreams? The kind that feels so incredibly real that when you wake up, you're just not sure? Our story kicks off right in that weird, fuzzy moment.
So let's meet our main character, Amy. She's at a sleepover at her friend Liv's house. You know, just a totally normal night. Or so it seems. Because as she starts to drift off to sleep, she's about to have a night that is, well, anything but ordinary.
Okay, let's set the scene with our first two words. First up, we have house. That's pronounced house. Our example sentence is, Amy is sleeping over at Liv's house. Easy enough, right? And the second word is the heart of our whole story, dream. Pronounced dream. Amy will later say, "Hi, Liv, you were in my dream." So we have the house and we have the dream. Let's see what happens.
So, as Amy drifts off, her mind doesn't just invent some fantasy land. Nope. It pulls her and her friends right back to a place they all know, a place that's about to get really, really strange.
So where is she? The dream isn't some made-up world. It's actually a super vivid replay of a recent school trip to a museum. But, this isn't just a memory. Those familiar hallways and quiet displays, they're about to become the stage for a seriously weird adventure.
All right, let's break down the words that build this dream world. It all started with a school trip. That's school trip, as in on our school trip last week. And where did they go? To a museum. Museum. The sentence is, we were all in a museum. Now, this museum was filled with ancient stuff. That's ancient. Like, it was full of ancient Egyptian stuff. In the real world, Liv asks, was it like the boring museum? So we have the word boring. Boring. But here's the twist. In the dream, something changed. Suddenly, we were all interested in the museum. That's interested. Interested. See how the whole feeling just flipped?
You can really see how a story is just built out of these individual words, right? Every single one we've learned so far is like a Lego brick, creating the scene and the whole vibe of Amy's dream. Let's see where these words take us next.
And this is where the dream takes a turn. That memory of the museum, it starts to get a little twisted, and something mysterious and kind of unsettling starts to creep in.
It all changes with just one word, suddenly. That's pronounced suddenly. The sentence itself just captures that jolt. Suddenly Stu wasn't there. Boom. Their friend is just gone. The dream is no longer a fun tour of a museum. Now, it's a mystery.
Okay, let's follow Amy as she's looking for Stu. She finds something hidden, a set of steps leading down. And at the bottom, there's a room, and inside that room, a small door. But here's the really important part. The door was open. It's like an invitation into the dark, isn't it?
Let's look at the words that describe this whole discovery. First, Amy finds some steps. That's steps. There were some steps. She follows them all the way down to the bottom. At the bottom of the steps, there was a room. And what's inside? A door. There was a small door in the room. And finally, the word that just ramps up all the suspense, open. It was open. Every single word is pulling her deeper into this mystery.
This brings us to a really important feeling, right? The word is scary. Scary. The story just asks it flat out. Was it scary? I mean, imagine walking down those dark, hidden steps with no idea what you're going to find. Yeah, I think the answer is a definite yes.
Okay, deep breath, everyone. We followed Amy down the steps, through that open door, and what she finds next, well, it's the shocking climax of her whole dream.
So, what's in this hidden room? The kids find exactly what you'd expect to find in an Egyptian exhibit. An ancient mummy. But this isn't some dusty old thing behind glass. The dream has twisted reality. This mummy is something else entirely.
Okay, 3 words really define this exact moment. First, the children. Children. And how were they feeling? They were surprised. That's surprised. The sentence puts it all together. Surprised children saw the mummy. And what did they see? A mummy. Mummy. But the real shock, the real twist, comes from this next line. He was the mummy.
And here we are, the terrifying heart of the dream, the one question that changes everything.
just hanging there in the dark air of that hidden room. Was the mummy alive?
The answer is so simple and so chilling. Yes, it was alive. Can you just imagine the absolute shock and fear of that moment?
Let's really capture this climax with the right words. First, the mummy was alive. That's alive. When Amy wakes up, her reaction says it all. I was so scared. Pronounced scared. She calls the whole thing terrible, terrible. It was terrible. But here it is, the biggest twist of the entire story. Who was the mummy? It was the missing student. Remember the sentence, Stu wasn't there? Why? Because Stu was the mummy.
Whew. After a nightmare that intense, the only way out is to wake up, right? Amy is just jolted back to reality, but those terrifying images of the dream are still super fresh in her mind. You can just feel the panic in her voice. Her first instinct is to just break through that fear and connect with something real, so she yells out to her friend, Liv, wake up! Okay, let's see how this whole thing wraps up. Amy yells, Liv, wake up! That's wake up. Her friend tries to get her to, be calm. It was just a dream. But what does Liv think about the story? That's think. Her reaction is actually pretty surprising. She says, that was an awesome dream. She thinks it's awesome. And right then, at that exact moment, a phone buzzes. It's a message from Stu. The word is message. I mean, perfect timing, right? It just brings the dream and reality crashing together.
And there you have it. We see again how just a few words can completely flip the direction of a story, taking us from total fear to a funny and really surprising ending. Every single word has a job to do.
Our story was packed with all kinds of feelings. So let's learn a few more words to describe them. You might feel angry. Like in the sentence, an angry man is in the picture. Or maybe like Liv, you get excited. An excited woman saw the message. You might think the ending of our story was pretty funny. A funny girl is laughing. That message from Stu probably made the friends feel happy. A happy boy is running. But before she knew the ending, Amy was probably very sad, thinking something bad happened to her friend. A sad dog is sitting. And hey, even a cat can get spooked. A scared cat is hiding. Now you've got even more words to tell your own incredible stories.
So what's the final call here? For Amy, was it a terrible dream? Or for us, listening in, was it an awesome story? I guess it really all depends on how you look at it. The next time you have a weird dream, hey, maybe you'll have the perfect words to describe it. Thanks for joining me.